free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies, formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy fields qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects. With supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp. An illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble. A dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure, white heap, curved like cloud, O Losandrapa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples, in space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight, pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine, as supreme merit field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear, and see. Pleasant present offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows, each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essence-full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, a rain of vast, profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Sangha's essential teaching specially shine forever. Migmet se we ter chen chen rezik, dri me kien pe wang po jam pel yang, du pung malu jom ze sang we dag, gam chen ke pe tsu gen song kappa, lo sang drag pe jabla so vadem. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted 3 jewels. Thus have I heard at one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the 5 aggregates also. Then through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind. No visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance and so forth up to no aging and death and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path. No exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom. And because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times, by relying upon the perfection of wisdom, become manifest and complete Buddhas in a state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequal mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata, gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of the lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the hosts of the three places Dakinis. Akasamarasa Shadavasamriyate. Tayata, Om, Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoha. Through the power of truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four Maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, Shanti Kuriye Soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, freed from adverse, harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness. Bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Saji perki shukshin meto tramri prablingji nidegyen padi sangye jingdu mikte uwa hidrokunanda jingla chirparsho jetsun lama dampakye Soki Chok Nam La Jangju Badu Dagni Kyab Suchi Dagi Chunyen Yi Pe Sonam Ti Drola Penchu Sangye Drupa Shu Chudang Soki Chok Nam La Jangju Badu Dagni Kyab Suchi Dagi Chunyen Yi Pe Sonam Ki Drola Penchu Sangye Drupa Shu Chudang Soki Chok Nam La Jangju Bardu Dagni Kyab Suchi Dagi Chunyen Gi Pe Sonam Ki Dola Penchu Sangye Drupa Shu.
Good morning, everyone. How's the weather? Wet. Yeah. Good luck. People going to vacation this time. Everyone go to summer vacation. Kids also. Not school. It's a good time. Anyway, we are very glad to come back to study a little bit. We usually recite together in the Buddha Dharma Sangha, is we call refuge and bodhicitta. Therefore, refuge, so why we need to refuge? Whatever we have any problems we cannot, fix ourselves. We need to help someone. Ask her to please help me. They're taking refuge for them. Therefore, the Tibetan Buddhism, we say we take a refuge. Usually, if you study Buddhism, you not need to become Buddhism. You not need to take a refuge. But if you take a refuge, first not just I'm going to take a refuge for Buddha Dharma Sangha. We need to something reason why. If we're taking refuge, how Buddha Dharma Sangha can help for us? The Buddha said, I cannot take your sufferings from in the doctor's check out your some disease, surgery, not like that. He said, I cannot wash your problems. Then I cannot transfer my knowledge for you. Then he said, we take a refuge, how Buddha can help? It's something contradictory. Then how Buddha help for us? He teach for us what's right or what's wrong. Then we follow the advice. This is the way to teach. Example, do we say that the school teachers help for us? Do we say this? Oh, this is the job they have to teach. I don't know, because they teach, then we study whatever they teach, then we can learn more education. Like that, right? Otherwise, the teacher, professor cannot give his knowledge for us, cannot transfer, not just click that, one small hard drive to another computer, not like that. Therefore, Buddhism, we say, every time in the morning, you taking the refuge is very important. If you're taking refuge, during that time also you start to change or set up your motivation. Therefore, when in the morning, when you get up, I'm a very fortunate person today. Also, I'm available to get up. It's possible, right? In the evening they can sleep, morning they not get up. Many things happen, we see, right? And how someone go to walk, they cannot come back. So this has happened. It's not something impossible, right? Therefore, because you think about that, then you can also do more focus use in the meditation. Then Buddhism say, in the morning get up, you taking refuge, set up the motivation is very important. When you get up, you say, oh, I'm very fortunate person today available to get up. Like I'm happy. I wish to my family happy, my relatives happy. All same as me. They wish to happy. They wish free from all the sufferings. We wish everything. We wish everyone thinking all things going well, right? We all wish, but not going well. There's always something problem. Therefore, in order to help for other beings, then we need to quality for the ability, the method. Therefore, right now, I wish to all sentient beings happy, but I'm not power. I cannot help for it. Therefore, who have Buddha when I achieve enlightenment, then I can have power to help for others. I can see others' mind, I can see whatever they want, then I can try to teach, I can advise for them. Therefore, benefit all sentient beings. Therefore, I'm taking for refuge Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. How long? Until I achieve enlightenment. Right? Then whatever, this is you taking refuge. I'm taking Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, refuge, enter actual enlightenment. Then another one also you like set up the Mahayana motivation. Whatever I practice, body, speech, and mind, to dedicate for benefit of all sentient beings. 6 perfections, this is your Mahayana motivation. If you have Mahayana motivation in the morning, then whatever your activity is, some positive ways, go to all the Mahayana practice. Mahayana. The motivation is very important. Then the Vita Hinayana Mahayana is not different, they're just different their thoughts, they're different their motivations. Okay? Then we say he taking refuge Buddha Dharma, how can you do that? Buddha is the founder who the refuge. The Dharma is the helper. No, Sangha is the helper for us. The real refuge is Dharma. Dharma is advice Buddhas. Things like they don't do 10 non-virtues. We follow the 10 non-virtues, although we didn't do any actions for 10 non-virtues, then we don't get the suffering from the doing the 10 non-virtues action like that. You have to cut one by one. Because someone said, don't take too much sweet. If you take too much sweet, you too become problem. Right? We follow that, then we stop eating that sweet, then we have no problem there, our tooth. If you didn't follow, still you're taking all the sweet things, then you too become. You have to go spend lots of money. Like that, any action stop in the door, like water come here, we stop that door here, the water doesn't come in here. Like that, we have two lugs, each pair. Then which one we have to stop? We have to angry, attachment, jealous, hatred, like that. This is, sometimes for us, we're just looking for other very far away. Oh, for them. Oh, for them. Our inside, we don't care. We just fight. This is completely wrong. First, you need to start who is more close, who have to walk with you. You need to more connection, more strong. Love each other, caring each other. Then you spare others. Without study yourself, then you cannot do others. This is just lie. Just say, oh, for them, look here. Oh, for them, like that. Here, just, then this is not correct. Therefore, always start to loving kindness. Start from you, then spread only just your community, your aunt, your co-workers. nice for them, caring for them, taking care for them. Then go to other place. Oh, I can fix that. Oh, I can fix that. Oh, I'm going to help for them. It makes sense. Otherwise, from here all broken, go to other side. It's just showing. It's not correct way. Therefore, first we need to start to very humble, very open mind, very flexible person to who live with you, who have to walk with you. That those people you have to always up done, oh, I'm here, I'm the person, I'm the right one. Whatever I say, this is correct. Always that. Then who doesn't bother you? Then you say, oh, this is for them. This just fix. Right? We say peace, peace. We said, oh, we need to peace what? We need to peace start for our own heart. Otherwise, if peace so say other place is not working. Peace start our own side. Therefore, even you're not Buddhism, you're not study, path Buddhism, but it's just very important to start from your side to your own. Around yourself, need to try to more friendly, more connection, more taking care of each other. That's more important. Then you can spread a little bit far. Then a little bit far. This go more far away. Otherwise, probably you start over there. Come here, big gap here. That doesn't touch you. You doesn't touch them. Big gap. Start to, just here to just. Okay? This is basic Buddhism, This is very important. Otherwise, around for us, we very always, jealous each other, hating each other. Then we say, oh, meditation, bodhicitta, compassion is not really. Some maybe animals, maybe dogs, maybe cats out there, oh, for them. Because they don't bother us. If we chase them, they run away, right? The person, we say, if we do something, say, oh, no, you are not right. I'm right person. Then we cannot, how you say, patient for them. This is then we need to this for more important. Okay? Then we say some India, maybe China, oh, very poor people, for them, I wish for them. It's good, but from here we just fighting, angry each other. Then you never ever get peace, because peace start our own side. If peace come outside, if someone do, then we already peace all over. Therefore, the heart taking refuge, Buddha helps us. Buddha advises for us. Don't angry. He said, why? If you're angry, you're not happy. Then we say, that's true. Oh yeah, when I get angry, I lose all my tempers, right? We have experience. When I feel jealous, did I happy? All right, you're not comfortable. Ooh. Therefore, Buddha said, don't do that. If you really forgot that, you close that door, yes, then you really, like Buddha helpful like this. This is very important. What kind of mind manifests for my mind? They makes me unhappy or others unhappy. That kind of mind we need to catch, identify, then to start to stop. What kind of action or mind manifests for us? They makes for me more comfortable, for others comfortable. Try to do that kind of all the time. Right? You understand? It makes sense? I hope it makes sense. Okay? Like this, But this is not easy. It's not easy. Then try to, then always don't think I'm the right person. This is a big mistake for us. Whenever we go, usually we have our own opinion. Is it opinion? Opinion or our view. Then someone said this is not correct, then we automatically, oh, this is not correct. You are the wrong person. Oh, she is the wrong person. He is the wrong person. That time, we didn't check. We are wrong, right? We didn't check. I'm the right person. We just complete white because he or she is done some wrong. We need to check what's my motivation. Why this, complicated situation. Something wrong. Maybe you're wrong, maybe they're wrong. They need to fix many problems. I think no one do intentionally, but this unintentionally, unknowing this happens. Right? If you would hit someone's car, you didn't hit intentionally you want to hit this car. Maybe you're not focused, maybe you're tired, or then you hit, then start to problems, right? That can't, that we don't think that time, or maybe the person you hit, the person also he said, you hit my car, you need to fix that, right? But usually also we also ignorant. But the other person doesn't think. Like for us, someone hit my car. I say, you hit my car, bad. But those persons are not intentionally. Like this, right? Therefore, like this kind of many, therefore, very important to always your mind keep your own inside your body, thinking you're not checking others. That's more important, okay? Then now we talk about it's a real Buddhism way, which we call karma. This karma is they use the Buddhism way. If you don't say karma, you say, cause and effect. If you believe all the phenomena, impermanent. All impermanent phenomena come from cause and effect. Correct? This no one did. This is the nature. Like we boil, we turn on the heat or whatever. Gas. Then fire come out. We put the water become hot. This is the nature. Like, this is nature for the fire to make things hot. We put cold water, things go down. It's a nature, the water. Usually also water go down. It's also nature. Smoke go up naturally. Someone push it, the machine can push the water go out, right? But not like that. Usually the nature water always go down. This is the nature. The fire go up. This is the nature like that. Therefore, the cause with all the conditions, the result to come, this is nature. No one says, okay, this is that. No. Even the cause, if not right condition, if it doesn't also happen, happen the result. It's all nature. They need all cause condition. Okay, like that. Now I'm not talking too much. Then that kind of things a little bit think about. Then like that. Now we can go to here. Otherwise we always stuck here. We did last year a little bit. This is not easy. Buddha said karma is very, very subtle. Here we know. For example, here some people have black hair, some people have blue hair, some people have different kind of hair, different colors. So no one did. This is our own karma. Someone tall, someone short. This is also karma. Very, very not easy to understand. Like the Takazonganzo Lende Maashin, Danganzo Lende Shesheba, Shirada Sambas, Telan Judo Shakazamoto Chilapsa in Bas.
So last time we talked about a little bit about the karma, right? In general, the karma, the thinking about the cause and effect in general, and then the actual way to think about cause and effect in general. So
아니 다 레셔 삼들 아니 레셔 something이다. 아니 소소셰데 다 삼바고.
And then, so the first one, thinking about the cause and effect in general, has two sections, or two subsections. And the first one is the actual way to think about cause and effect in general. And second one is thinking about some specific points.
다 담보 레 something이들아야. 아니 레세데 네바레스. 레데 사스미즈마다 레베데 네게레스.
And so the first one, which is the actual way to think about cause and effect in general, this actually has four parts again. And the first one is karma is fixed. So once you have created the karma, it is fixed, it's certain, to ripen its result.
아니 렘페쳐 아니 레데 파 마다셔나 레장 펜도 그래 첸도 그래.
And the second one is the karma shows a great increase, which means the karma, the action that you have created, will keep on increasing. So, for example, if you create one action of killing, if you don't purify that, then tomorrow it will be like 2, and then day after tomorrow it will be 4 like that. So it will keep on increasing.
내 마제바는 제부터는 제가 말해야 돼. 내 마제바는 맞춰봐서.
Then it says the third one, and it says one does not meet with something if one has not created karma for it to happen. So if you haven't created the cause, you will not get the result.
아니 시와데 내 마셰 레셰바 추면서 봐도 레데 셰사와이나 다가르 코데 제번 용마고 다 코멘도가 요 말세요. 그거 다 코데 오는 것이나.
And then the fourth one says karma once created will not disappear of its own accord. So once you have created karma, unless you have experienced the result of it or you have purified it or destroyed it somehow, you will have to experience the result of that karma no matter how long it has been.
다들 내가 로다 다들 다 레세데 가르스나 레세데 당가서 액션들에서 더 그러 제당시로 레세데.
So the karma is the action, right? So karma means action or something that we do, right?
당가서 레라야 아니 셔당 아니 셈벨라가 삼벨레스 마르바니 셰그레스.
And so the karma, can be also divided into two as intended karma and intentional karma.
다되게 빼샤겠나 지나서 셈벨레스데 단어 쇼케나야는 나고에는 저도 다 산인가 공발도 이 삼베 삼스 지금도 왔어. 호텔라야 셈벨레스 그래서 딜레데 게벨레 자노 그래서.
So the intentional karma is the intention to do that karma or to create that karma. For example, like if you had a thought of going to the center tomorrow, so that would be your intentional karma.
그거 삼스 다들 단어 쇼케 데미키 모라는 용도 봐. 텔라 아니 삼벨레스 아니 링아클레 다 리징이 아클레 지레 숨샤가 왔어. 텔라 삼벨레스 자그레스 대주하고 좀 왔어.
And then the intended karma will be an action or the thought conjoined with the action. So you had that thought of going to the center, and this morning you wake up, you get into the car, start your car, and drive to the center. So that is the intended karma.
Okay? 다대하고 좀 왔어. 빼 태우대보는 것도 왔어.
So that is easy to understand, right?
오케이. 다 레레서 시단들 다 들이 레사스 다 들이 레사스 레사스 다니 되지. 다변에 단다 전화도 인데 근데 취녀 되게로 와서 취녀 되게 다시 삼설래야. 다 나도 서버 내대대요. 이나 다 가서 미팅 가라 계셔도 저시에서 염나 같이 쪄서 이게 텔레파 그 렘보이 로고 삼다 되어이나 아니 세밀에 두셔서 되게 그래서.
So for example, you are sitting here in the Gompa listening to the teaching, but if you had a thought of something, if they have a thought thinking that, oh, this person said something bad to me, I have to, retaliate in a way so that I will feel good and so forth. So if you think like that, then you are creating karma. That's called intentional karma.
아니 저것은 파는 연마 텍스 미리 땅으로 아니 텔라 아니 삼벨레 다 레사요 그래서.
And then so with that, then when you retaliate in different ways, like by saying something bad or texting something bad or something like that, and by doing that, you have created the intended karma.
Okay? 호텔에 시단 레사서 다 레들라야 아니 게벨레 무게벨레 가르 소놈질레 소놈 마이벨레 무요벨레 섬샤 다도 팔 다도 예와도 강한 레시 작면 내가 고빈도 그러고.
And then other kind of karmas, like they call it the meritorious karma, non-meritorious karma, and then immovable karma. And so the karma that will not be moved easily. So just the general things about the karma.
그래다 개vel에 강화 연받으는 가서 손놈 길에서 가서 미다 그래서.
So any kind of virtuous action, would be a meritorious action.
아니 무게vel에 강화 연받으는 아니 손놈 많이 bel에서 미다 그래서.
And non-virtuous action in general, would be the non-meritorious karma.
아니 뭐요래 때다 감 고마서지 따지셔야 돼. 감 고마되게 연달아서 다안에 대제하게 지 땡이도 고마이나. 아니 레데 뭐요래 자는 그래서. 근데 그 여와도 그러다.
So the immovable karma, will be also actually, kind of a virtuous karma. That is a karma to be born in the upper realm. We talk about, three realms, right? Desire realm, form realm, and formless realm. So the upper realms will be the form realm and the formless realm. So you have to create a certain kind of karma that involves a meditative stabilization. And so that karma, created with the meditative stabilization to be born as a god in the form realm and formless realm, is called the immovable karma.
오케이? 다 대다시다. 다들은 다 만족고 남백이나 다 늦이 가리지 마 차선 가로다. 지때 놓고 레레시스. 그거니 송어레스. 지때게 너지 차선까지 sensi 신되게래. ger수술 내가 되는 또 해서요. 레데니.
So you might have heard this karma, right? Sometimes they translate it as unfluctuating karma. So that doesn't fluctuate. The karma to be born in the upper realm, so form or formless realm gods. And also in general, everything that we have in this world, is the result of karma. So nothing just happens by itself, without cause and condition. So there has to be a karma of beings, to have such and such things around them.
배차잖아. 다 드링 가서 내려야 그룹 춘추주로 루치는 가도 지 파티 시작이야. 내가 가서 레레스. 레. 네 레데 너무 뭐 제가 뭐 사셔야나. 제도 단답을 채워 말해서.
So even the gathering, the small gathering that we have here today, is also a karma. It's a result of karma. So we have created a karma to be able to come together like this. We don't know when we created that karma, but we have created that karma some time, a long time ago, for us to come together and discuss about it.
그리고 배차는 간도 가시 이시아리 가시 western. We have some Asian people, some western. We all grow up different place. I don't know how many people grow up the US. Anyone? Oh, look, there was. But many maybe between different states. But now today, like we have come together, we discussion with it. Like, this is also karma. The condition is we have like Kurukulla center here. Then we have some programs. Then you man, think, oh, I like to go there. Like these conditions. Without condition, even you the karma already there, that's not result. For example, the whole food, the box, the dry wheat, is a wheat? Dry wheat? Ne tati trotu kambozola drew nigate niba yores in a chen, chur, li, sado mantrain, drew chetomares. They can't watch.
So the wheat or barley grain inside the box has a potential to grow into a sprout, right? Into a wheat or barley. But if it doesn't meet with the condition, so the condition will be for it to go inside the ground, right, the soil, and then not only just soil, but then also you have to provide the fertilizers, moisture, manure, and so forth. So all these things together, then it will be able to grow. So those are the conditions. Even though the grain inside that box has the potential, but if it doesn't meet with those conditions, it will not grow.
Okay. 그래서 나도 남백이 나서라 나도 샘진 부모 재매 제주 차상라 사제게 니바 요레스 요레스로.
So just like that, all the human beings, or all sentient beings in general, in that case, all sentient beings, like human beings, like male, female, from any kind of race, even the animals, the insects, all have potential, to become a Buddha.
대산제 영화를 아니다 깨는 책을 했어. 깨는 책다 아니 가로. 아니까 이제 계획을 내. 내 야보인 봐. 내 계획을 해 봐. 내 먹을 때 인지 생기가 다 되게 깨 마싱이 깨 소소군에 때 째되고 삼바. 그는 오늘 다 깨내가.
So that potential, which we call Buddha nature. So every being, every sentient being has the Buddha nature. But that Buddha nature has to meet with the conditions. So the conditions will be like meeting with the Dharma, right? And unless you practice Dharma, there's no way you can become Buddha. And the first thing is to meet with the Dharma. And then to meet with the Dharma, you have to meet with the teacher, who can explain you the Dharma. And then you have to gain that knowledge, especially the wisdom that understands what is correct, what is incorrect, what is to be done, and what is to be abandoned, and so forth. So you knowing that, and when you engage in those practices, then eventually you can gain enlightenment. So those are like the conditions for this potential to ripen into the result of enlightenment. So to prove that this mind of ours have that potential to become a fully enlightened is because we can learn, right? We have the potential. We cannot say, oh, you can learn this and you cannot learn this. Everything that can be learned by this mind, right? And so that shows that it has the potential to become fully enlightened. So the fully enlightened being, is not something away, up above in the sky and something like that. It's not like that. It's not like a principle up and above in the sky. It's within ourselves, right? So we have that potential to become a fully enlightened person. And so whenever we have eliminated all those delusions, the ignorance, and we come to know everything, then that's when we become fully enlightened being. So right now we're not fully not enlightened because we still have these delusions, right? The ignorance and all these are still within our minds, so we are kind of ignorant, so therefore we are not fully enlightened. And in our case, as an ordinary being, we have more things that we don't know than the things that we know. So another proof to show that everything is learnable, so we can learn is, for example, like the technologies at this time is very amazing, right? So everybody is so amazed by that, and so that technology also itself.
Okay. technology
So it's is created by human beings. That technology itself is also created by human beings, right? And through their knowledge, they created it. It's not like it just came by itself. It was created by human beings. So we are amazed by the technologies, but we are not aware of the mind that created the technology. Right? So we should be amazed of that mind which created it, instead of the technology itself.
Okay.
And of course, the human rebirth, the human life that we have, and especially the human life with all these favorable conditions to practice Dharma, is the best basis on which we can achieve this full enlightenment. I mean, there are, of course, there are one or two specific things that the animals may be a little bit better than us, like ordinary beings cannot maybe smell the way the dogs can smell, or lift the things like the elephants can lift it, and so forth. So that kind of small things. But in general, human beings have more potential than other beings.
말아서 강에 뭐뭐들 가도 돈을 제도 그랬어.
And so if we are able to understand the karma very well, then many of the problems that we face will be just resolved by itself.
그리고 얘나 레르레르서 가르쳐나 야체 샤샤요 말다야. 콜레라 돈을 제고 그랬어.
So you have to kind of respond, with the understanding of the karma, not just saying, oh, it's a karma, it doesn't matter.
Right? If like you have headache, or this you say, oh, this is my karma. I'm not going to my hospital. This is my karma. Not like that. It is a karma, but you also try to fix. Sometimes Western is a little bit easy to. Oh, this is correct time to purify my karma. Negative karma. I'm just saying that it's not like that. You have to also what we call fight. You have to fix that. Okay? 근데 이제 딱 나도 다 먹어 싶어요. 어떤데 다 간지. 나 단단하도록 강에 여고도 가서 삼도 기워도 야본 ram라도 왔어. 너도 찾아 나도 내 말했어.
So anything we experience in this life, the happiness, the sadness, and all the problems that we face is the result of our own karma.
그리고 레스 렌데스 빼 무슨 차오시 니버 첨부지요래 빼나 남이 찔려야 빠와마치 임바치 부근이 요에나 밤에 거니 소정 제당다 지 로정다 치바임만 부코라니 삼로 당당야 만다 람도 체종 만다 차로도 왔어 소다야 만다 소소 레요 따라.
So each being has their own karma, right? And it's very difficult to understand exactly what kind of karma we have created to turn out to be such kind of being, right? So, for example, if one parent has two kids and they are brought up in the same way and then given them same things that they can give, and but the one turn out to be very very smart and the one doesn't turn out very smart. And so, why it is that? It's because of their own karma. Each individual has created their own karma from previous lives, and that is why they are able to become one is able to become good and one is not. So that's their karma.
Okay. 근데 다른 데서 온다. 왔다. 좀더 내지 레지 처주 송바 대단의 신의 내체와 인데 디 동벌령 해봐나 너와를 진짜바이 레시반 레버트는 했던 줄. 레버. 가로. 레버 된단 좀 안겨를. 어디 손도 왔어.
And it says the Bhagavan spoke of karma in these four ways, so they are most vital. And then he was talking about the karma is fixed, and then so accorded was accorded from the text of Vinaya. It's because whatever karma is created will bring a corresponding result.
근데 다 그래서나 시좀 받다 알았어. 이제 겨와 셰발에 저와 대화 코나 주지. 동아 문제 왔다. 이제 메가 셰발에 저와 동아 코나 주지. 대화 문제 왔다. 다 내 말했을 때 다 내사다 되러왔어.
So he says, in other words, the result of some virtuous action, the cause can only be happiness, and this cause does not bring suffering. The result of some non-virtuous action, the cause, can only be suffering. This cause does not bring happiness, so that's fixed. So it's fixed that the non-virtuous action can only bring suffering, and it's fixed that virtuous action can only bring happiness.
근데다 먹기를 내사죠. 내가 마사바에는 저거도 용거래스. 그리고 대세로에 말씀을 야 고치 사서는 저거도 용거 다 자산 용거기도 말까지 다 고샤요.
So unless you have purified it or destroyed it by somehow or exhausted or consumed it, in other words, used it up, then it will definitely be experienced.
그리고 답변에 텔레페샤도 빼나 로차발은 저거 차와다. 대전다 카와레 카와다 나와레 나완 좀 왔다르스 나 다다지네 가자 다 다당도 사주 제고 그래서 내가 저 삼리다 때 독색을 가오요레스.
And so it says here, this is the fixed aspect of cause and effect. For example, it is fixed that from the seed of hot tasting plant comes a hot tasting fruit. Likewise, it is certain that from the seed of a bitter plant comes a bitter fruit. From a sweet plant's seed, sweet fruit.
다들 빼잖아. 세외가 세외 마다는 야 세외 제가 마셔다. 아니 애플 제가 말해서 애플 세외 마다는 뒤 레벨 애플 제가 말해 세외 제가 말해서 그때 소카가 얘기 돼서.
And so it's also fixed, that if you sow a chili seed, it will only grow into chili. It will not grow into apple. So similarly, if you sow an apple seed, that will only grow into apple, not into chili. That's fixed.
What? It's correct. We can put apple tree a little bit chili. We cut here, then we can graft. Rodi. Check the goes hit back on. When apple hit back on, take a semano. Semi hit to the aunt, check the cartier. Cartier.
Subing say.
Semi check. The jet together.
What do you call that? Grafting.
You take a branch from one tree and you put it onto another tree and then it grows on that tree.
Grows on that tree. So where is it growing from?
Which tree?
So can you put a branch of different kind of tree, like from on the apple tree? Can you put a branch of chili tree?
I don't know, but that's how they make seedless oranges because the orange has no seed. So
like take branches and put it onto an orange tree.
Well, technically it's possible, but still it's not coming from that tree. It's you're putting out.
Is that growing from that branch on the tree? The orange tree that was placed on the different kind of tree.
So the orange that grow from that tree, is it growing from that branch or from the tree that was there?
From the branch.
The branch.
But where is it getting that nutrition?
Coming up from
From the ground on that tree, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know what that tree is. The tree on the ground is, is unknown. Can be orange tree, can be a different tree, right?
I don't know.
Has to be orange tree?
I don't know. Yeah, it has to be an orange tree.
Yeah, usually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you have an apple tree and you graft it, right? You cut it and then you place an orange tree on that.
It's possible?
Where's Judy? She would know.
Huh?
Where's Judy? She would know.
Oh, Judy. Yeah, this is not, we Buddhism say it's not possible because different. He rich, but he won't figure was.
So it's the same. If it's the same kind, if it's on placed on an orange tree, then it's okay maybe. But if it's placed on an apple tree,
Yeah, you put different varieties. You can grow different
Varieties of apples on the same tree.
Right? This is scientists, they checking, really fix things. This is very great, The Buddhism said, we check, we talk, then we check, it's true or not. If it doesn't work, goodbye just. We don't need to follow. Check is very detailed. Like that, okay? Anyway, you guys are all very high scientists. I'm zero scientist. I don't know anything, but like that. Then is that? Oh, that is how goes. Never trips on it, any never the trips in that they dog pay calico, yes. Penangaroso Bella Sola Gashila Nasala Sova, Shona, Rendoshi, Mepema Yawati, that Gende Suso, Kotata Yom Tar, Gende Suso Somada.
and so it says here now at that time that we create karmic cause, we must exercise care. For it is impossible to put things in the right once the cause has produced its result.
Pena 7 months, Tapsan Katsava, Tapsane, Katsava, Paches, Namal, Tading Abu Yosho, the Tapsi Kanima Karachana court, Yongbat, Kondo Tapsar was.
So, once you have sowed this chili seed, which is hot in taste, right? And then it has already produced the result, and the chili is already grown, and that's the one, the result is already produced, right? And at that time, if you try to make it non-hot, or try to make it sweet, it's not possible, right?
Tendeza, Suzu Le, Pena Gevasashi, Deva Devachivana, Tatipam Giva Jugosna, Teo Kalakauri, Deva Magivi Dunga, Magivi Deva Dunga Chavana, Tepa, the Giva Dugosna, Kalakauri, Deva Samala.
So once you have created the karma, and then the karma is ripened, in its form of happiness or suffering, then it's impossible to change. And so when you have created a non-virtuous action, and then you have already experienced the result, of that non-virtuous action, you cannot change that result. You have to go through that result. You have to experience it's already ripened into a result, and it's impossible to change. So before it's ripened, And even if you have created karma before it's ripened, before it meets the conditions and ripen, at that time you can destroy it, right? You can purify it and so forth. But once you have met, then there's no way you can avoid it. You have to experience the results. So same with the virtuous action. So when you create a virtuous action, and if that virtuous action meets with the condition and ripens into a form of happiness, then you have to be happy. You can't say, oh, I want to suffer.
Right? But the Tanda Nazo, can you choose number of those?
So whatever experience that we have now of happiness or suffering, even if it's small or big, is all a result of our karma created in the past. So we don't want to go through those problems, right? We try to resolve them, but we couldn't, because the result is already ripened. So it doesn't have to be big, right? The result of the karma doesn't have to be big. Everything that we're going through is a result of our karma that we've created in the past.
Okay? It's not easy. Then there's one to us. Karma so tap chance, sipping Ngawang Mechewa, so Chewajan was what? Patan to go 2 cents of dollars, Shimbatawa and Jagmar, so Jagres. Then I just can't son and they were Teta Joanna, lend a Tawaians.
So it says when the Dambudi was the Nepachadans turns lots of it.
I never know last time, but the Nepal chats of Embassy, and the Tenesi part and no watching of Mapiati, co Ginger Susu in my own mother, co Cado. They were told Savannah that thing is.
So it says also when we get sick, for instance, having ritual performed by may some time not help, the cause and effect go their individual ways. It is like if you plant the seed of a hot tasting plant, chili for example, then once it has started to grow, you plant grapes and apricot and so on around the chili as a way of making it turn sweet. You can't make the chili sweet because the plant grows, it's separate.
Okay? Tadel Pedro, Tadel Matal, Chidan Lende said this one to my good Logimabu Shego, Logimabu Shanazo Tescora. And again, Sanji Shachi in the Galea, Mijala Kachanani, Middle Trudo, Sanjala Kokarcho, Kishet, and Sanji meeting this in Delaya, Lendresa, taking develop that and Jumores, later Sungura.
So every experience that we have in our life is the result of our karma that we have created in the past. So everything, including even smallest experience that we have, is a result of our karma. And it will be easier to understand when we refer to the stories that Buddha has taught. So during the time of Buddha, of course, Buddha is omniscient, a fully enlightened being, so he knows exactly what karma the person has created for the person to be such and such kind. So during that time, Buddha, when there is a certain kind of beings or certain kind of person, then people ask, why did he become like that? Why did he become like that? And then Buddha will tell stories. Oh, in many lifetimes before he was born, such and such being, at that time he did such and such thing. And because of that karma, he became like this now. So I don't know if you have seen this news or on the YouTube. Somebody posted. It says that there was a child born, but when he was born as like if he was 80 years old person.
You saw? I saw that. Also, I saw one baby they born like face like pig. Do you saw like that? Like
Face, pig.
pig.
Papa. Papa.
No, papa.
Pig.
A pig.
Animal pig.
Maybe you get it as but also maybe you guys saw some two heads. Look at that. Now this kind of be very hard to say why. Now in Buddha there we say, okay, Buddha, what happened, what caused coming? He said he told exactly why they're coming. Therefore, they're all different kinds. There's nothing wrong with the parents, but like the different karma. For example, for us, some people have to all the time make up. Maybe you guys doesn't do it, right? All the time they go out, but somebody doesn't need that looks, also karma. Makeup doesn't look very pretty. The nature's nice, nature's good, but ugly or beautiful is also karma. The Buddha said, if you need to be very beautiful, very handsome, you need to passion. The passion is the best cost to be to. You want to be very rich, you need to generosity. Then again, generosity means okay, give everything. Give you your mind, not touch everything like that. Okay? Tandri ba tandri da nge ta sanji sha shui ta ka je lai nyamba sande je shui ba se nyamba sande cha do du bo ke nyambu shui ba se tandri ma cha chude de ko no lo ji do was ene nyamba sande la pe me ze be do du bo ina ke pe me ze nyamba de yo ba se ko 돈이 좀 가져 가로 다 따와 있는 중에 단이 마저게 되는 도도 그 암주 깨는 예반은 꽤 무슨 개념 보더래 요인 말해서 근데 들리 전에는 산지 좀 내더라 다들 가래래 가리 좀 하네 네다 산지 샤주 있는 거잖아 나 가리 말이야 아니 초대체 보이시 코로나 때는 그 내가 정했지 디가라야 다 초대체 분들이 가르쳐 왔던데 사야매 로소 쳔보 아니 야범들 가지고 코텔에 다지 그럼 가당들이 좀 해버렸어 아니 슈마딘 초대도 사송을 거든 그런 좋아지네 난 금방 했는데 걸어야 지금 마베서들이 좋아진 노샤스 줘봤지네 아니 주부진요 아니 초대들 따버렸어 아니 되게 레벨한 초대도 저기 개념 보여서 대답인 레벨은 그 개념 보지서 말했어 아니 초대 제와라야 지고 마베서 그는 뭐죠 telev이 야보면 무드세 그런 두잘라가 인자 뒤에 레벨은 그 녹도 저 제서 말했어 그때 나오잖아.
So, and also in this text, it talks about one of the life stories that Buddha mentioned during his time. It says like cause and effect is extremely subtle because any cause one accumulates will bring its corresponding result. It says in the monk Priyabhadra, so was a monk during the time of Buddha Shakyamuni, had an extremely ugly body and extremely sweet voice. Extremely ugly body, extremely sweet. So he was so ugly, that when people see him, they would feel like vomiting. They would vomit, they would throw up. So it was that ugly, and but he had such a sweet voice that anybody who hear would be so enchanted. Even the animals, the deers, when they hear this, his voice, they get all very attracted to his voice. And then, so it was during the time of Buddha, like I said before. So if the Buddha was there, then you ask him, then he can tell exactly what he did. And they said that in the past life, he was born as a coolie, building a huge stupa during the time of Buddha Kashyapa, and they said at that time, he said he kind of criticized the people, who are trying to build this. So why you are trying to waste all this time and material to build such a huge stupa? It's not possible. It cannot be built and so forth. So he said like that. And then later, when as they went on working and they were able to complete it, and then he felt very bad for what he said. And then as to confess it, he offered a bell, to the stupa. And so, and then in this lifetime, because he offered a bell, which made a very beautiful sound, he had such a beautiful voice, and that attracted so many people, including the animals. And then because he said, he criticized in a way by saying, that's not possible, why you waste all this time and so forth, then he was, born so ugly. So that's the result, of those karma that he has created.
Okay? 근데 야 조정만 배를 계획하려야 아니 배워서야 다 섭섭치 아니 렌데 타워를 뭐 속에서 그래서.
And also, it says, while Atisha was in Tibet, a Tibetan man was unconcerned when he committed some trivial sin in his sight. So just trivial, right? Not very important. So that's why Lama Atisha always says, be careful. Karma is very subtle.
Okay? 야 산지 샤주고 내가 아니 개롱질이야. 아니 개롱 아니 개롱질이 다 절로야. 근데 절로처럼 나보러야 돼. 근데 저서 와. 아 지게 산지라 때도 and ko gelon tene shong kan re sena and ko ngama ya and gombala tawachi de ko na tawen so den de ro ti ko na ya and shas po sha bare se and tin de wala ko te che bare se lo ji song was
and so anyway, so Lama Disha, so said that, and then again during the time of Buddha, so once a monk spilled some grease over a cushion used by the sangha in assembly. In his next life, he was reborn as a man with a black back. And so they asked him why did he say such a black back, and that was a result of spilling some kind of grease like butter tea or something like that over the cushion that was the general possession of the monastery. So we also have these kind of things, like we have general things like the possession of the center, like that. So we have to be careful about that. So everything we have in different forms, different sizes, and so forth, is all a result of our own individual karmas.
And the Sanji Shachu in the Gadayan letters will Jojo Mungas was Kanika. Sanji Shachu in the Gaza, Genoji, Suzu, Chugute, Chitang with the what? Chitangangala, and the Ku Gelun Chugute, Piviga Shah, what is Piviga Shah. And then Piviga Shah. And the order door. Piviga the Puyo, or Teresha, Koranga, Chug Church de Kalaya, Chugute, and the Piviga Shah. Piviga Paju Bibi, the Shanjas somewhere.
Sha.
And that the courage on and they Joel attended, and they Chimse Paju call a cocapone. Cherang Nanzo Bibi Caro, Doleta, Paju Bibi Shakundus, call cocapone, called Dawatura, so connection what is. That the courage on Nama Koran and Lumaji Jabo Kalaya, and many Yamajalaya, and the Tendrigan Bibi Sha, Kusons and the Kakatsune. And the Queen Matula, that's not going to be Tin Devola, than the coronation is.
So, and then also there's a story about this a monk who was dyeing his robes. And then they turned, so these robes turned into a piece of calf's flesh. Right, so you understand that? Yeah, so, and then he was accused of stealing a calf and had to spend 6 months in prison. And this was said to be the result of the following. In the past life, he has accused an innocent particular Buddha of stealing a calf. The particular Buddha was thrown into the king's prison for 6 days.
Right, this is the karma is very not easy. There was hours, Tamju Hago, Magishila Sedo. When no Mitsanshi, Poji, Kalama Shanj, Mawana. When Geshe he told me a story. I don't know, maybe that not. One of Vietnam's family. The son, the family has to bring the food. The son's plate, the son see only the blood.
Blood.
Top.
Yeah.
He only see that. He's scared that. Like this, like different kinds that happen. They can see. Like what the level is. And the Genoma Mapa Mogology in the ocean, the Pimology Rimbo. You're what another country, Korangi Mission Balaka, the Charan teacher of college, Manikayo, and the teacher in the Villa, and she was so like the young one, Manika Choma Reservoir. And the laser depend on Chindanijaya. Large, which it doesn't mean the Tavana. Kagan so let you.
So this the accusation of killing a calf or stealing calf meat and being thrown into prison for 6 months was a result of accusing a particular Buddha in his past life of stealing calf and throwing him into a prison for 6 days, right? So the karma is really difficult to understand, and in that sense, right? So you don't know what exactly, if he didn't know that, if this story was not told, we wouldn't know what made his dyeing the robe turn into a calf meat and so forth, right? So that's because of his karma created in that way. So it's really difficult to understand. And also from our side, we see the things in different way because of our own karma. Like a cup of water will be seen differently by different kind of beings. Like the gods will see it differently, human beings will see it differently, and the hungry ghosts will see it differently.
And then Nimatana Chambership song was kind of Susie. Taramsala, Kanjulama says, and the Kanjukulon is Ross. Tina, Mikita, get to Chigia. And the Kanjulama, Pesha Nanguchan Togas Maros. And they shut them like a party, party, they called Lego Togas.
So also His Holiness said that there was this Kanju Lama and a Lama who gave the transmission of the whole Kanju text. So then he gets the name called Kanju Lama, Kanju Lama. And anyway, so Kanju Lama, when he was giving a transmission of this text, right, one person doesn't see the text, he only see a piece of meat. And he only see the Kanju Lama moving the piece of meat here and there. And normal people will see him moving the text, but he only see a meat, a piece of meat.
That's the lesson. And the Niana Lumbora Dantanjis, Masagama Lapo Kenji, some Sony by Jabu Sajara Lumbo in the Yeshibe. Jabu Patam just said this, Gonam, Tamala Kawigi, Kabatishon, and it died out.
So we can wonder, why, what makes that person sin, but too bad the Buddha is not here to explain to us what did he do to see that, a text into a piece of meat. Anyway, so, and then also here, continuing on this text, it says, Sagama, mother of, this is Murigadara, a minister of a city of Saravasti, and had 32 athletic young sons. Now, another minister of King Prasanajit caused them to fall, and out of favor, the king had all the sons put to death, and the pile of their head taken to their mother. This resulted from 32 thieves in the past stealing a bull and killing it. The Sagama herself had been the thieves' landlady when they killed the bull.
Therefore, there's something funny things, right? So what has happened? Now, really, Buddha there, we can troll, we say, okay, yesterday something happened, what has happened? If Buddha there, we can ask, Buddha can explain for us, we don't know really. Then and the part of Geshe and the was, Chichi Kundu Yabumundu, Kati, Part Chishi, Yishe, the Zunika Toshara,
and so, discriminating or accusing without any reason like that can be very dangerous result for us in the future.
And they Karish was in the Diabotic Lumbo, Chigia, and the Kunzu Semashawina, Shumacharangi Pugo, the Jabu Puchiro, and the Jabu Po Sen, and the Konsu Lumbo without the Jabu Jasa some orders, the Chashin does, the region and the Jabu Kojan orders. And the Jabu money embarrassed and the person say, and the thing got a macro in the Shawagi. Lumbosh, Yechan, and Charangan, Posum Masavana, Kontaya Chimuchana, Kontona, Baby some Shiro, Koran Jabu Puchima Mada, and the Jabu Pata, Mevas and the Konos of Justice some orders, and the Lumbosh. Or the Jabu the embarrassed and the Jabu Posum to say the Shawars.
Jabu the Pomolo,
this got a singer to the Jabura, Jabosaja. The Jabosaja, that's the Pombo Caro. Last of the Jabosaja, Jabosaja, Korangulombo, Charanga puts some Masavana, Shumacharanga just at the tone orders. And the Jabu in Barcelona put some stamp that say anything got Amal, of course.
So, anyway, so again, it's not everything is here, but it says another minister, minister of the city of Saravasti had 32. So this minister, he had 32 sons, right? And then another minister of King Prasanajit, and caused them to fall out of favor. So this minister, of the Prasanajit, told King Prasanajit that, oh, this minister has these 32 sons. They're like kind of grouping together and making a plan to take over your kingdom. So if you don't kill them, they might altogether kill your son, and then they will, take the throne, and so forth. So then the king, because he was lured by this person, then king really thought, oh, that must be true, and then he sent people to kill them, and then send their head to the mother.
대단 나도 사도 계시고 서서 마시나 베gel에 얘가지 틀에 얘가지 바주베티 따지도 마시나 아니 콜라만은 진짜 아니 되게 방법 trou거든요 여러분.
And so also, when we're talking with people, if we we are not careful and just, say things, this person said that, and so forth, then we may, create trouble in the group.
들려다야 단디보라면 더 아들 결혼마 마바모세다 산지 좀 되게 샤주는 가서 다 아니 결혼 것도 보면 결혼 담보들에서 아니 무지와 하면 로지도 빼먹어요.
And so then also it's not mentioned here, but there's a story of Geloma, a Bhikshuni Mapalmo, and she was the first nun, a person, a female, to become a nun during the time of Buddha.
아니 뭐 단다 결혼 마지막에 당마 잡어들이 아니 재미있어 봤어. 야야 뭐 조심하고 자는 것들이 있어서.
And so before she met the Buddha and became a nun, she was, I think she was a queen, of one king in India, and she wasn't, watching her mouth, not being careful when she speaks. She said, things around that caused other people to not like her.
자가는 케이지라야 다 재면 뭐 와서 주장하는 주사 재면 앞잡잖아요 이렇게 생각도.
So she was not the only queen, right? So in India they have a tradition of a king having many queens, up to like 500 queens.
And 티바라 직접 빼면 저도 사고 그러더라고.
And of course, among those queens there will be jealousies, right? So one, looking more beautiful than other and so forth. So there's a lot of jealousies, among them.
And 대가라야 당한테 특히만 자신감 좋은 데서 생각 들어와 있는 다 나오라고 거지. 시야에는 간제 잡어치로라 너가라야 아니 뭐디 나올라 빼면 다 요러만 올라와 있는
So I don't know exact words, word by word, but I know roughly the story. So I'll just try to tell you that. So one time when king was out of the palace or out of the kingdom, she created a problem among the queens then.
아니 디 슈마 잡어들었네 잡어거든요. 저랑데 제와 임베서 잡어 먹게 됐어. 아니 뭐 재미에서. 그래서 뭐 제와 있나? 아니 뭐랑 가로 뭐랑 그보다 뭐랑 게 보여라 보고 치켜도 와셔. 아니 샹기 사와셔. 뭐랑 게 좋아 샤냠도 로 좋아로 보기 뭐랑 게 보기샤 뭐랑 그 가로다 사와지 와셔. 아니 뭐랑 게 수보 풍보대니 좋아된 냠도 마시고는 사람 매와 들이 용하셔서 다 뭐랑 게 땄나 나지 버렸어.
And so anyway, so she was caught, and then the king tried to find out whether she really did it or not, and she said, I never did that, and if I did that, may I be, may I be buried, underground with my husband's corpse, and may I be like, may my children die right in front of my eyes, and so forth. So like that kind of thing. So she tried to promise that, and she tried to prove herself that she did not do that. So she made all those kind of promises, saying that made that happen if I really did that.
다들 뭐 대가 레두자 사셔라 뭐들어라. 아니 뭐랑 보기샤 뭐랑 사야지 용어시다. 그래 용어셔라. 그냥 된들라 그랬어. 단나지나.
So then she kind of promised, or she prayed to be like that if she have told the lie, like may she be may her children die right in front of her eye, and may she eat her own children's flesh and so forth. So that actually was they say, what do you call the promise, or how do you say that? Oath. Like so if I did that, may this happen, like that.
아니 다 저 들려오면 저 심어야 싫어 아니 뭐야 아니 야 메타식 남아 아니 자 아니 잡어질 남았지 아니 모랑기 나오더니 다른 뭐 저에 말해서 모랑기 나오더니 잡어 남아서 되니 다른 뭐
and that was in her past life, right? So she did that, and then in that lifetime, then she was again born as a very a female, attractive female, so who was married by a king. So then from her house to the king's palace was a big distance, and she was going to be taken there.
아니 근데 다뭐 뭐랑 좋아지 보니 월 보니요 뭐랑 좋았는데 다 뭐랑 남아서는 뭐랑 나라 봐니 마치 다 두고도 그래서
겨우더라. 겨우다 겨우.
저거도 잡보지 다 잡보도 그런 인지 좀도 반로 해서 봤어
So
저 잡보더라는 사람 다뭐 상식까지 남아 다 산에 심마씩 남았지 다 뭐랑 게 바이라 반로 해서 봤어
So I don't think it was king at that time. She was married to a person, and then they had two children. And after some time, then she decided to go back, to her parents, to meet them, to visit them. And on the way, so it was quite a distance, from her house, to her parents' house. There was a big distance. So four of them, her husband, her two children, and herself, four of them were on the way from the husband's house, to her parents' house.
아니 타리무로가 다 타리무 쳐들니까 타리무로고 해서 봐서 아니 gond아지 고소 사실이라 대화이 말이지
So they have to travel quite a distance, from the husband's house to the mother's house. So he has to go through crossing the rivers, climbing the mountains, and so forth. So on their way, it takes several days. So one night, they spend a night, in a jungle.
아니 저게 야는 아니 저한테 주고 다네 저기 저한테 시달해서
And so they were sleeping in the jungle. Right? So in the morning, when she woke up, she found her husband dead. He was bitten by a snake, poisonous snake.
다 모른다 보니도 몰랐으면 다 처친부지간 반로 그래서
And also, so she slept by herself, with the two kids, and one was, very small, and one was a little bit bigger, who can walk by himself. And then they came to a river where she has to cross the river.
다 등에 뭐 보니 냠도 기도기 말들어 다 보기 직 봐자 직 틀린 거기서 와서
And so she can't carry both of them at the same time, so she, was going to take a turn, so bring one, across the river, leave that there, and then come and get, the other one.
It's not a very good nice story. It's a little sad story. 아니 대진은 다 맞아 담보 보기 중앙한테 잘라대 파기 파리샤 아니 보기 제때 틀린가 용 그래서
So first she carried her younger one, who cannot walk, right? So she has to carry a younger one with her stuff. She crossed the river and left the child there on the other side of the river.
다뭐 보기 티 파조래서 투존에 보기 주지대 다 죽었어 아마 깨진 죽었어 봐. 최만한 라기라기라 보고 아마 난 로선도 보기 주지대야 지나지 죽용을 아미 꼴래요.
And so, and as she was coming towards the older child was so happy and kind of excited to see the mother coming, and so he ran towards mother also. But she tried to stop him. He said, "Don't come," but then he just walked into the river, and then river carried the child away.
아니 저다 다못 보기 주지대 자니 못 보고 저기도 된 주어래. 대주어다 대마라 대라. 야용서만 보기 주어대야 시원기 산 김사 그래서.
And then so she ran after the child, to save him, but she couldn't save him. And when she came back, for the young one was eaten by a wolf.
다 뭐라 집으면 다요 말이야. 다 뭐라 집으면 뭐라 봐야나. 바이 나을 발레로 집고 가라야 미드서 루체네 지 제대 면바된 통화를 찍다나 뭐라가 남이 차서 맥스다 그래서.
And then she came, but she was by herself now, her husband died, her children died, and and she was by herself, so she was still walking towards her parents' house. And then she came, when she reached her parents' house, she saw there was a big flame in the house, and there was her parents' house, which was caught by fire, and they all died in there.
다 뭐 남이 차단 라래 바바 차단 라서다 다 가지 되면 아니 뭐 창을 오지 창 라서 되는데 한 조가지 두 누워서 저들.
And so then, she, so she didn't have anybody now, so she has nobody. She lost everybody, right? So her parents, her husband, her children, and she was, desperate, by herself. So she met somebody, who was a drunkard, and so he was drinking all the time and drunkard, and married with him.
아니 다그 조가들 가지나 찬스돼. 아니 다 조한다 군이 양 군이 바라 보지게 그래서.
And so this drunkard and her, and they had a child again together.
아니 조가들 가지나 찬스는 건다 처음 내려가서 막 출연해야 뭐 니다 단 것을 봐서. 아니 녀마치 뭐 거도 막 땀내다 조가려고 거도 땀내. 다 내려서 봐서.
And so the husband always drinks and get drunk and then come home late and then beat her, beat the kid, beat her, and she was going through so much suffering. So one day she said she decided not to open door for him and just lock the door from inside and will not open the door.
아니 좋아가 도발이야. 다 나올라 뭐야 좋아지면 좀 니들서 공도산에 야 주. 나 레버치는 마다 오잖아. 아니 뭐니다 다. 아니 보고도 세. 아니 보고도 사셔도 뭘 사죠 그래서. 그러니 보고.
And then then the husband, because it was locked, so he suspected that there was some other guy inside there and she's having an affair with. And then he broke the door and came in and then beat her and killed this child and then made her eat the child's meat.
So
that was the oath, the promise that she made in the previous life, right? That if she has caused the problem, then may she go through all these things.
And then 다 레자도 아니 근데 다 좋아 거라면 좋아 중소만 좋아 중소마다 아니 좋아도 다 사고 배고를 봐. 야 루소래야. 좋아 좋아나 야 깨미냠도 배고 루소셔서 봐.
And so then after some time this drunkard, of course, was not very healthy, so he died, right? When he died, then there was a custom at that time in India. So when the husband dies, the wife will be buried alive with the husband also.
아니 대가로야 꼬마까지지. 야 나가라 대념도야. 잘라먹고 야 루가 루소여서 봐. 아니 대리로 뭐 사고 배나 고난세나 꼬마까지 내네요. 야 배겨서 봐. 야 배네. 아니 뭐 마시가나 야 꼬마까지 가라고 그랬어.
And then, there was also a tradition that they will be buried, together with all these expensive possessions. That believe that they will be able to experience this in their future life. So they will bury with all these jewelries, the gold, silvers, and like that. And so then the thieves around, they will know that when somebody is buried with the bird, and they will know that there will be precious things, and then they will go and dig and steal the precious things, the gold, silver, whatever they find, they steal that. And so then it happened, that there were thieves, who came to dig the corpse and to steal that, but she was still alive. And then the boss, the captain of the robbers or the thieves, took her and then married her.
Okay, okay, now it's 12. It's too long like that. The man first studies, she was the queen. She made big problem in the kingdom. Rather, Tradosan. And it any double number of Tandre and the chair, the movement chair and that thing when later in Mungi.
And so, because she created that problem, and she said she did not, and she took the oath, saying that if this made this happen and that happened, if she has done that, because she did it, so therefore she was experiencing these results, that she made oath of.
There's another lazy. But the Sunday children let Tabi Chawanga, Matawi Chawanga, 3 kilometer, Mezimbia, Tacharo, Sunday children, and then Chuchi, and Rajuchi, and the satellite you talk about the embarrass in the combo. Sunday Trepicala, and I think Yella more than the lemon sares.
So anyway, she went through all these difficult times just before she met Buddha, and then after some time, eventually, then she came to the Buddha. She saw Buddha giving teaching, and then she found that was so helpful to her mind, and then she turned into the Buddha, and then Buddha, helped her to become a nun. Right? So these are all the karma, that she has created in the past, to go through those experiences. Anyway, after meeting with the Buddha, then practicing Dharma, in that very lifetime, she became an Arya, superior beings, so in the Hinayana path, they have this 4 results. One is called the stream winner, and stream enterer and stream winner, and that's when you enter into the first part of the Arya or superior being. Once you have reached the path of seeing and realize emptiness directly, at that time you become stream winner. And then then there's the once returner, never returner, and then the arhat. So those are the 4 results that we talk about. So in that very lifetime, she achieved the superior being's path, the stream winner.
Okay, today that lake Katula, Pemito, Logit, Mambo, Shavana, this pentoyos was.
So if we talk about these stories, then it will make us a little easier to understand about the karmas.
그래서 나서 가지 메제고 레라오도 가지 가든가 강연 되도 근데 가르쳐 선제나 간다시나 어떤 거 기왕하면 내 저와다 내 저와다 따다다도 진이 무슨 그랬어. 당가서 산제 쉬면서 지사하고도.
So some of us will have an easy life, everything goes smoothly, and some of us will have a very tough life, nothing works out well. So if the Buddha was there, and we can see Buddha, and then we can ask him, and then he will be able to tell exactly what kind of karma did we create to have a smooth life, and what kind of karma we created in the past to have such a difficult life, and so forth. So, but definitely, it's just that because Buddha is not there to able to explain us, but definitely we have created some kind of karma to go through these kind of experiences. So whenever we go through some kind of experience, like especially the bad experiences, when we're happy, we don't care, right? So, but when we care, when we're unhappy, at that time, if we can think, or if we can blame to our own karma instead of blaming others, and then our life will be much easier. Because it is not right. One thing is not right. The other thing is it creates more problem when we blame on others.
Okay, it's not easy to understand, but if you think there's something, for us here, all different size, different with heart, they show different karma, different cost. Today that in general, the Gombola, Magewale, today that neighbor is so. Jagawachana and then Dewanjo, neighbor, Jadunga, Jamagawachana and Dewadunjo, neighbor, they big young Lunda Olaya, but the Gombola in general. Magewale, Dungaka, Tejan, Gendo, Tamchan, Ting, developing and know what it is. And the Gale Dendo Tamchada, Jawak and the Dewandos,
and so then to again prove that this is how it is. This is how how the positive karma brings only a good result and negative karma brings only bad result. That's fixed, And then also the author narrated from the text by Nagarjuna called the Precious Garland. This is from the the virtues comes all the happiness. From the non-virtues comes and all the sufferings and the lower realms. So I'm not trying to discourage you, but if you understand this well, then it will really help us to understand. Us to face with our problems, and deal with our problems, and not make it a very big deal. And it helps also to not create a new karma to experience more results. So if you have done something bad or caused somebody to be unhappy or become angry today, the person might not do anything. So you think, oh, it's okay, I just did that. That's good, But someday you're going to be paid back, So sometime and after some time, then you will be accused or will be threatened or will be irritated and something, and then you will be wondering, so why did this happen to me and why is it? Of course, at that time it's I must have created karma in the past, so this is the result. That's good now. It's been experienced. It's exhausted now. It's no longer I'll have to experience this kind of problems. If we think like that, then it'll be all fixed. But at that time, if we keep on blaming on others and and creating more problem, then it will be difficult to overcome that. It will be creating even more karma again in the future. And so just because of that, because of the karma that we, because of the result that we experience of that karma at certain time, then karma is also categorized into different ways. Like Then there's a karma whose result is experienced in this very lifetime, and there's a karma whose result is experienced in very next lifetime, and then there's a result, there's a karma whose result is experienced after the next lifetime. The next lifetime can be, 1 lifetime, 2 lifetime, or 100 or million lifetimes later.
그런데 서로 강에도 오지 문제에 등하도 오지 나타나들이 쇼크를 했다. sometimes 단대 가는 거 사실 별례인데 단대도 오지 수준의 모형과 쇼 난데 쇼와 되게 심지 탐준데 영화 고쳐봐 쇼섬나 그 그러 개요처럼 빠진 거예요. 양이 상처를 받아.
So, by thinking that, oh, this is experienced, now I'm free from that. You can even feel happy, right? So that you can even feel happy that you went through that problem. So, but instead, if you become angry, then you feel unhappy, and again, you create more cause to be unhappy in the future. So it's just from the way we think about it, So, and then on top of that, on top of being happy that you experience it now, and you don't have to experience in the future, it says, and may other beings not go through such problem. So now you're thinking about you're generating altruism, right? Thinking about others. So which is virtuous action, right? And then on top of that, may my experiencing this, free all others from their problems. Yeah? So and like that, and may I be able to experience on behalf of them. So thinking of taking all the suffering, it's like that. If you can think like that, that becomes really, really virtuous action.
Okay, it's too complicated. It's not easy, but this is a karma. Karma is very, very certain. Okay. Then just think about it a little bit. Read. You guys read like this. Just try to finish it now. I don't know. Maybe you get different. It's good for you can read like this karma, many different books. You can many different understand. Not just try to finish it. This book finish it, then put that another one finish that. And so I read this book, but maybe you don't practice anything. Like I don't know. Maybe you guys maybe very useful, read the books. They keep your mind. For me, I just read only that, just nothing. Finish, just finish. Book close, just close by mind. To read again. In monastery we read, maybe 3, 4, 5 different transmutations. One subject we read together. There's a word, here's a word. That's one subject. Then more understand, because different explain. Different examples, easy understand. But you guys know that. Oh, I finished that, then I'm going to finish that. Then you 5 books finish it, but maybe not really practice. I'm not saying I'm good to practice it. I'm also a very bad practitioner. But try thinking a little bit. His Holy Dalai Lama said, always study. If you study, you learn something. Then you're free from one ignorant. Because we are very prisoner of Zomba. Prisoner from the ignorant. Therefore, we need to try to free from them. Therefore, you learn something, you free that. You learn something, you free that. Our knowledge is, they're not limitless. Limitless, okay? Study, then think about that. If you think about this as a meditation, there are many different meditations, Then you, not someone said, okay, I have to accept that. Not like that. Your mind think, oh, this is true, yeah, this is really. Then there's more stable. Otherwise, you just learn someone say, yeah, this is Buddhism way, we have to accept, we have to believe that. It's not stable. Someone said me another one, like very nicely, this, wow, they are not true, this is true. Then another one, oh, not true, because we have not experienced. Just just mind think, oh, this is true, really you understand deeply, then it's more stable, more useful, more helpful. Okay? Okay, any questions? Maybe too many questions. Yes.
So, are the conditions caused by our own karma, the conditions that we meet, the karmic seed comes from, we create a karmic seed that when it ripens, but the conditions under which that ripens, are those also caused only by ourselves, or is that caused, interdependently with everybody else?
The candy suicide.
젠도다
Ladies also suffer.
레드스서
And the candy suicide.
다 젠도 소소지랑 저거 신나 젠도도 된 제가 소소 돼서 왔지 아니 대 강가지 직접 반대 와서 고젠 다 젠은 제용으로 왔어 또 소소라래 젠들이 저기 왔다
The candy suicide later.
젠도도 소소 레게 되는 젠 저기 원래는 그러
So the result, the condition also is the result of the karma. Right? So if you have not created the karma to help somebody help you, who can be the condition for your karma to ripen, right? If you have not created the karma to have connection with that person, then that person will not come by. So if the person doesn't come by and provide the condition for your karma to ripen, then karma will not ripen. So again, if everything goes back to karma, but condition is separate from that particular karma that you have created. But you must have created some karma somewhere else for that condition to come, and provide the condition to ripen that karma.
오케이 그냥 가서 조보 종모야 보지 소소 두고 있나 거기 대투발라 간지 소소 뭐 점모도 대투발라 진짜 뭐 타고 그래서 근데 야 직당 가자 직 가다 때라 뭐야 그 간지 바지 조보 종모로 가나 그지 진짜 뭐 지금 마상와 뭐니
맞아 주도 참여라
뭐
주도 소소 써봤다
뭐 보지 마상
candy suicide 써봤다
뭐 보지 마상 쟤도 소소 시단 소소 사셔야 같이 이나 되게 소소라 깬지와 대한 소소 말에 사셔 관인데 가지 도지 근데 깬지 내가로 되게 깬데 소소라 깬시고 와야 뭐 소소라 사셔
So yeah, everything has basically goes to the karma, all right. So you have created the karma to come to the center, and that's why you came to the center. But coming to the center was the condition for you to be able to learn dharma. Yeah, so that is also a result of the karma that you have created. So everything. So when you meet with somebody, you have to have cause and condition. Yeah? And then that condition, cause, of course, we understand that was the karma, but the condition to meet that person, also was the result of the karma that we have created in the past.
Okay. It's not easy. Yes.
If we do create the karma to have a headache, and then we take the medicine, and the headache has gone shortly, we feel better immediately, do we still have to experience that karma again?
대가는 그리고 내 아니 거 된대지면서 나무가 레도 사셔요. 아니 그런 거 레도 다는 거다. 간지 되게 레도 다는 거라.
So depends on the karma, right? So it depends on the karma. So how much karma you have created, to experience and how much of headache. Right? So if you have created only to have that much of headache, then that's it. So that you need to just condition to get rid of it. So and that was the aspirin or something you take. So that caused you to get rid of it. Then your karma is gone. So because your karma was to experience only that much, but if your karma was to experience more than that, then you're not exhausted. Then you still will have more headache. So that medicine will not help. So then you have to take more medicine and more and more medicine.
Because more strong karma there.
Goes away, that was it. So you're saying if the medicine doesn't work, then we have the karma to experience more headache.
The medicine doesn't work, yes. Then you must have had a stronger karma to go through more experience of headache. So just like in the text, it talks about some people when they're sick, they perform the rituals, to pujas, to get rid of that sickness. But it helps sometimes, but it doesn't help other time, right? So when it's not helping, that means they have an even stronger karma, and they couldn't get rid of just that, and by that much experiencing of sickness, and so they have to experience more sickness.
Okay.
And just one more. And sometimes people, they just get a headache, not randomly, but because they like it. If they drink coffee every day and they don't have coffee that day, you do get a headache. Is that a result of negative karma? But simply just not having the coffee made the headache. But if they drank the coffee, they wouldn't have gotten it.
대다 그 커피 그 따도만 가셔야 버스. 거기 간지 군조하지만 저 같은 조한만 가셔야 그 나상근에 그 매워서요 말이야. 그 레드 사대로 버스.
So the karma is there, to have a headache, for a long time, right? But at that time, at that time when you had a coffee, and you are free from the headache for that time, because at that time it works through your nervous system and and blocks the headache for a little while. But then you get it back again because your karma is not exhausted yet.
그냥 가도 수점이자도 수점이자데 저 대도 영화가 짜데 고가상으로 와서 그 수점이 내 매우 속여 말다.
So just like the anesthesia, right? So those things, the makes you numb, right? Your body become numb and you don't feel anything. It doesn't. That's only causing something, sending something in your nervous system, from which you get the feeling, of the pain. So when that nerve is blocked, then you don't get any feelings. It doesn't mean that you don't have pain at all, but it's just that at that time it's blocked, for that duration of time. And that's why when that anesthesia dies, and then you suddenly feel pain, where there was a cut. Yeah. And until then you don't feel it. You say, oh, there's nothing problem. But then when the anesthesia dies, then you start to get the pain. So similarly, coffee is just blocking at that time, maybe, So, and then you don't feel the pain. But when the effect of the coffee is gone, then you feel the pain again later.
The pain is only there because they're addicted to coffee. So if they get off of it altogether, the headaches go away altogether. Does that mean the karma's gone?
the naza coffee is on Mevasone, then Karsa, Naza the Chadam for Chimbana, then Lady Zopa. Yes, of course.
Yes.
Under section 210, like the first paragraph at the bottom, it says, now at the time that we create karmic causes, we must exercise care, for it is impossible to put things right once the cause has produced its result. So that impossible, I mean, it seems like, if you get sick, you get cancer. Now, to me, it's like that means, well, it's impossible to undo that. But now you're getting treatment, and now you get better. So it seems like it was possible. So to me, that's a contradiction, because it's impossible. But now, if you get the medicine, it is possible to get better. So it's just, that's just.
다 맞아. 레디 마사고라 삽사죠. 사네. 그 민사소는 마음에 걸어 삽사죠. 민사소는 그냥 차를 거 요다요 말했어. 베나다 좀 거는 가도 나자다는 민 나두게는 되네. 그 나야기 레사살 되는 맨산에 그 요다도 왔어. 들어 가다도 왔어.
대 가다요 말씀. 간지 쟤는 나야 나야기 레다 마사고 그러면 간지 나야기 레사서는 그 나가도 왔어. 그래 그 맨 동안 요는 나.
So so when you become sick, you go through the pain, right? So the moment you become sick, you're already in the pain, and so if you have to make sure that you don't get sick. Yeah. So even if you take medicine afterwards, but you still went through the pain because you were sick. So that is the result. That's impossible to change. That cannot be changed. So once you have that, that's that. You can't change it. But of course, with the medicine, you get it better. But of course, that's later. But at the time when the result was ripened, to go through the pain, you went through the pain already.
And then purification is the way you can preempt that. If you say, you get angry at someone, you do the Vajrasattva that night to say, I'm really sorry I got angry at them because I know it was wrong. Then that sort of helps you erase that seed.
That doesn't free you from the result that was already ripened. Okay, yeah. That will free you from the result that may ripen in the future. Yeah. So once ripened, then it's done. But that will prevent you. That will help you to not ripen in the future. So before it ripens, if it can be destroyed by doing the Vajrasattva practice, then it's okay. That's good. You can get rid of like that. But once it's ripened, it's ripened.
Okay. Now that fixes the contradiction?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Now maybe I'm not talk too much otherwise. Okay, yes?
So if I fall down and get injured, is that the result of two karma resulting?
falling down is one and then getting injured is the second? Is that two separate results?
사야 더 나와요. 자야 돼. 네, 대우 찍지 않아요. 나야 돼 대우 일이었어.
마 사야데 고치야로. television match what they call it.
So the cause is non-virtuous action, right? The cause is non-virtuous action. Falling is the condition. And the non-virtuous action is the cause. Falling is the condition, and pain is the result. So you tell me, what is it? That's what I think.
The condition there, but they'll come out on the change in my sauce. Sawana teni kumachi wara. That's dead on Sawaninga Kukiano.
So, if you didn't fall, right, you will not feel the pain. So, to feel the pain, you have to fall. I mean, you have to do something. Right? In this case, you have to fall. If you didn't fall, you will not feel the pain. So, falling was the condition that helped, for you to feel the pain, which is the result of the non-virtuous action that you created.
You understand the difference a little bit? If you hit your feet like here, then you fall. This was a condition, fall was a condition. This is the condition. You really had the karma to you. One day maybe you push someone to, fall down or something, then you have to do it like that. Therefore, if Buddha's here, we can ask, I have to explain yesterday, this is what happened.
Yeah,
It's condition also cause.
So yeah, in that case, it would be like two separate karmas. So that condition will not happen if you have not created the karma, right? So that's why. So yeah, in that case, like we were talking about the condition, it's also karma or not. So how does that condition come? It's condition. You have to create a karma for that also. Otherwise, you have to say the karma. The condition just happened by itself. So condition also has a karma. So the condition for the fall, the karma for the fall is different, for the karma for the pain.
And the two names are condition sour,
So again, understanding about the subtlety of the karma is to understand the details about the karma. So that's impossible. For us, like ordinary beings, of course, Buddha can say, when did you create this karma? What did you do to create this karma, and so forth. But we can't tell that. So some kind of action, also can be result of the action from the previous time, right? So what we call the action corresponding with the cause. The action, the result are corresponding with the cause. So you say something bad, because you are habituated to say something bad. And you are habituated because you've been saying it in the past. So that is a cause for you to say bad things, right? So because you said bad things to somebody, and then somebody responded in a bad way to you, and you feel the pain. So the pain that you feel is the immediate result of the bad thing that you said. And so the bad thing you said is also the result of the bad thing you said in the past. And then the past, so that's like a karma result corresponding with the cause, with the action and with the experience, in terms of action and in terms of the experience. So experiencing will be the same kind of feeling that you feel. The action will be the same kind of action that you create.
Okay? Like the Kangyur Tenja, I think they're going to now translate for English. Then you guys like to read the history. Then Buddha said, someone said, okay, the object is a problem. Then Buddha said, okay, such time you did that, such time then this problem. There are a lot of also stories, histories to caution answer Buddha. Someone said, okay, I saw something yesterday, this for how they come, and then Buddha said, okay, like that, there are a lot of stories. Okay, now we stop. Thank you. Talk too much.
Please turn to page 39 of the Kurukulla Center Prayer Book for Thanksgiving offering. Saji perki jukshin me tok dram, ri rab ling jin yi de gyen padi, sangye jing du mikte uagi, drokon nam dag jing la chirpa shu. Jetsun la me kutse rab ten ching, nam katrin le chok chuk ye padan, lo sang ten pe dun me sasum gi, dro e mun sel tak tu ne gyur chi. Idam Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami. Jitsan Kama's final armor and prayer. From my two collections, vast is space that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time. May I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds wisdom Maya is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. In the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. The short, long life prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezig remain in life till samsara's end. A prayer that spontaneously fulfills all wishes. Ton yin je zung du juk pe lam che che tse ze gang chen ten dröge chag na pe mo tenzin gyatso la so wa deb so je dun lun drup sog. Page 49, a short long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Top so chang jin jan gun wei ten zin kyong pel wei kun zo dog po ze chok sun kur wei leg man tu dru pa dak sok dul je gun du jam ten shu. Page 57, prayer dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious Supreme Bodhi Mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Page 75, Ming Tse Ma. Mig med se we chen chen resig dreaming kin pi wang po jong del yang gong chen ki pe tsu gen song ka pa lo san drak pe ja bla so wa de.
Thank you very much, Geshe. Few short announcements. We are going to have the animal liberation next Sunday, July 5. It'll be in Gloucester. I'll send the exact address out. It's the same dock from which we departed last year. Everyone welcome. At the moment, we have 20 seats on the boat available, and I don't have that many people signed up, so please come join us. You can either leave with us 3 o'clock, there'll be cars leaving from the center to drive there, and otherwise just meet us there around 4:30. The boat leaves at 5:30, you'll be there at 4:30. At that point in time, we'll have an altar there that we will be circumambulating the lobsters and saying the required, the prayers for them for the liberation. So please come join us, that'll be wonderful. And then one more thing, if you are interested in going to His Holiness Dalai Lama's teachings at the end of December, he'll be in Dharamsala, right, Kimber? It's Sarajah in South India, but he needs to get a special visa, a PAP, it's not a visa. It's not a visa, but it's a special permit. There you go. A permit, and I'll put the link into this week for anyone that's interested. But if you're interested to go, the sooner rather than later. And I think that's it. I don't think I have any more announcements right now. Thank you very much, Geshe. Thanks, Damcho.